The first time I heard my name, I thought it was him. Devante. Soft. Familiar. Impossible. Because Devante had been dead for 3 years. At least. That's what everyone believed. I remember the night it happened. Or at least, I remember the version I told people. The road was slippery. We lost control. Simple. Clean. Believable. People nodded. They always do when the story makes sense. What they didn't know was that truth doesn't always sound believable, and lies are easier to live with. Devante and I weren't just friends. We were the kind of close that made people uncomfortable. Same clothes, same dreams, same hunger to leave the life we were born into. But there was one difference. Devante was moving forward, and I was standing still. He got opportunities. People noticed him, trusted him, while I stayed in the background, watching, smiling, pretending it didn't bother me. But it did. Not loudly, not all at once, just small thoughts, growing quietly in the dark. Why him? Why not me? The night he died, we had just come back from a meeting, an opportunity.
This opportunity could change everything. I know, we have to be careful, but the risk is worth it. All right, let's do it.
A real one, the kind that changes everything. But it wasn't for both of us. It was for him. I remember the way he looked at me, excited, grateful. "Don't worry," he said. "When I make it, we both go make it." I smiled. Of course I did. But something inside me shifted. Not anger. Something worse. A quiet, heavy feeling, like I was being left behind. The rain started as we drove. Soft at first, then harder. The road blurred. Light stretched. The world turned uncertain. And that's when the thought came. Not loud. Not violent. Just a whisper. What if? I gripped the wheel tighter. Devante was talking. Still excited. Still dreaming out loud. And I stopped listening. Because the thought didn't leave. It stayed. Growing. What if this was your only chance? I wish I could say I fought it. I wish I could say I ignored it. But the truth is, I considered it. Just for a second. Just long enough for everything to change. My hands moved. Slightly. That's all it took. The car swerved. Devante shouted my name. Tires screamed. And then, nothing. Silence. When I woke up, the world had already decided what happened. Accident, they said. I didn't correct them. I couldn't, because I didn't know what to call it. Was it an accident? If I didn't stop it? Or something else? If I let it happen? That question followed me for years. Quiet. Persistent. Until the voice came. Devante. The first time I froze. The second time I turned. The third time, I started listening. It always sounded the same. Calm. Patient. Not accusing. Just there. At first, it came at night. When the world was quiet. When memories had space to breathe. Then it followed me into the day. Into conversations. Into crowded places. Always just behind me. Calling. Waiting. I stopped sleeping. Because every time I closed my eyes, I saw the road. The rain. His face. That moment. Right before everything ended. And slowly, something began to change. The voice wasn't just calling anymore. It was getting closer. Clearer. More precise. One night, I heard it again. Devante. But this time, it didn't sound distant. It sounded right next to me. I turned. No one. But the room felt different. Heavy. Like something had finally arrived. "You remember," the voice said. I froze. Because this time, it wasn't just my name. It was a sentence. "You remember what you did." My chest tightened. "No," I whispered. Silence. Then, "Yes." Same voice. Same calm tone. But now, it wasn't calling. It was answering. I stumbled back. "This isn't real," I said. But even as I spoke, I knew something was wrong with that sentence, because it felt real. Too real. "What do you want?" I asked. Silence again. Then, the truth. And just like that, everything I had buried came back. Not slowly. All at once. The thought. The moment. The choice. Not an accident. Not fully. Not innocent. I dropped to the floor, breathing hard, shaking. "I didn't mean to." "You did." The interruption was immediate, cold, certain. And that's when I noticed something. The voice. It didn't sound like Devante anymore. It sounded like me. Same tone. Same rhythm. Same voice I had been using. This entire time. I stopped breathing. Because suddenly, everything made sense. There was no voice. No presence. No ghost. There was only me. The part of me that remembered. The part one tried to silence. The part that refused to let me forget what I had allowed to happen. "You knew," the voice, my voice, said. "You knew and you didn't stop it." Tears blurred my vision. "I didn't push him," I whispered. Silence. Then, "You didn't save him either." And that was worse. Because it was true. I didn't kill Devante with my hands. But I killed him with a moment. A hesitation. A choice. Not to choose. And my mind, my own mind, had been calling me back to that moment ever since. Not to haunt me. Not to punish me. But to make me face it. To make me say it. Out loud. "I let it happen," I whispered. Silence filled the room. Not heavy this time. Not suffocating. Just still. And for the first time in 3 years, the voice didn't come back. Not because it was gone, but because it didn't need to speak anymore. I finally heard it. The truth doesn't chase you forever. It waits, patient, until you're ready to stop running. And when you finally turn around, you realize something that changes everything. It was never behind you. It was always inside you, waiting for you to listen.